In this EvolveFM features demonstration video, we're going to take a look at EvolveFM's security features. From the main menu, I'm going to pick the Platform Administration setting. From the Platform Administration page, we're going to first take a look at User Management. I click on User Management. From the Users menu on the left-hand side here, I can see all my users and what functional group they belong to. The functional groups are critical here because they determine what features and functions a particular user would have access to within EvolveFM. Also, under User Management, we have functional groups. And in functional groups, this is where we can define what our functional groups are and give them descriptions. So if I double click, for example, on the Asset Management group, I get a simple dialog box that shows me the name and the description of the particular group here. The information about the group, though, is contained in this under the Setup tab. So if I go up top here and click on the Setup tab, and I go to Permissions, and I go to Modules, the first question under Modules would be which group I want to work with. So once I've set up a group, it'll show up in this pull down. I can click on Asset Management, and now I get to see all the forms and all the tabs and all the boxes that are displayable as far as functions go within Asset Management. And I get to set these up. If I make a dialog box available, like if I click on Assets here, you can see that all the asset boxes fill out here. Now, if I didn't want to, for example, show somebody the import list function, I would simply uncheck it. And under Assets, the user who belonged to the Asset Management group would be able to do all these other things, but they would not be able to see an import list. So that's kind of an example of how you use these dialog boxes to set up functions. And as you can see, there's quite a list of things here that you need to go through and decide whether you want to make all this available to the particular user or not. So if you leave them blank, they're unavailable. If you check box them, they become available to that particular user. So you really need to spend some time looking at all the available boxes here and determine what you want to make available to a user that you're going to assign to a particular group, in this case the Asset Management group. So just as the module selection in the menu shows you what you can expose functionally to a particular group, we have dialogues, which allows you again to select the particular group you want to. The dialogues menu will show you what specific forms are available, and you can, for example, in this case, say we click on the asset form. So when I bring up the asset form, I can see all the tabs and all the fields under each tab. Now, if I come over, right now the attributes tab is lit up here, and I can come over to the permissions area, and I can either hide the attributes tab, in which case a member of this group won't even see attributes, or I could choose to make attributes, everything under that tab, read only. If I don't check either box, it means that unless I do something different, each and every field will be available both to view and to edit. Now, let's say I come down to a particular field here, in this case descriptions. So now that I'm on description, you see the description field shows up over here in permissions. And let's say I just didn't want to let somebody change what the description was for the particular asset. I could make that read only, in which case a person could see what was in that box but wouldn't have any rights to change it as part of the Asset Management group again. So this gives you a pretty good feel for the level of detail and the granularity with which you can control what a particular user can see and can do within the application. The risk here is that you overconstrain the user to the point where they can't get what they want done. But the virtue is that if you've intelligently selected all the things that you want a particular user to be able to do, there'll be a lot less clutter for that user on the screen, in that the things that he needs will be available to him, and the things he doesn't need will be hidden away from him so he won't have to deal with them. This is probably always going to be a work in process for a particular organization in terms of getting it exactly right in terms of what users want. And that's a quick look at Evolve FM security.